Oh, well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hum Day News, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama Said is bringing the truth. And when it's night talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just southern folks talking southern things, stories and sports where the good times hang. From SFP News to I Remember That, we tell it like it is, and that's a fact. Got our veteran of the week, gotta show our pride. Pets of the week, bringing love worldwide. Talking paranormal, digging true crime. Southern fried stories all the dang time. So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand? So pull up a chair, y'all, and stay a while. Ain't nothing like that southern style. From the morning show to the soundstage band, it's SFP Live, won't you give them a hand?
Well, good morning to y'all out there. It's Monday. Welcome to Southern Fried Podcast Morning Show. I'm Rob. Today, we're here to start your week off right. Hope y'all had a great weekend. Dave, how are you doing this morning?
I'm all right. Hanging in like a hair on a biscuit.
I got one question. What do you think about that behind whooping? I mean, just out and out butt whooping that the Padres put on the Colorado Rockies.
Well, I know they're calling for the team to be sold. I didn't see. I just saw a headline.
Oh, they're 6-33, but they lost 21-0. Dude, that sounds like a getting shut out at a football game.
It's a bad game for sure.
Had 24 hits in that game. Wow.
But I guess if you lose by 1 or 20, I mean, loss is a loss. It just once it goes downhill, you just start throwing in whoever so you don't ruin your arms and stuff. So after a certain point, it's just not even really trying, I guess.
Good morning, Miss Elizabeth. Yeah, she's calling us gentlemen. She's a lady, so she always does call us. She always calls us gentlemen. I appreciate that. We don't get a whole lot of that on here. We got U.S. and China agreeing to roll back tariffs for 90 days.
That's good.
by Wednesday, agree to take some action. So, he said they'd come to the table. But, it's so as things are kind of seems like it's working. People are wanting to either make a deal or whatever and try to balance it out some. And everybody's was crying but it's like it's coming to play.
Well, the world needs peace, that's for sure. Financial peace as well as world peace. That's always a good thing.
Well, he's also said that, oh, my goodness, with India and Pakistan, he's going to get some more trade going with them, being that they've got at least a temporary ceasefire going.
Yeah, I hope that one sticks too.
Yeah, because that one's getting ugly quick.
I sure don't want to be in a war with nuclear powers.
No. I don't be in wars with nobody, but nuclear powers, now you're starting to get horrible stuff going on there, or potential for it. Oh my goodness. See if we can get her. Trying to get Rumble going this morning. Yeah, gotta get our others going too. All right.
Good deal.
Getting it going.
Now we're getting some rain here. Just started.
Y'all just started rain?
Coming down pretty good right now. Not too bad, but it's got the rain going on.
I know we've gotten eat up with it this weekend, which we needed it, but we need to get a little bit of sunlight now. You just can't make us happy, Either we got too much rain or not enough rain or whatever. But, we'll take what we can get.
Oh, yeah.
I got a mess of squash in there now I got to cook up tonight. Can't stop yelling. I've been up all night just about. But it'll be all right. All right, got everything rocking this morning. Now,
We're still having trouble with one of the Rumble channels, but I think it's a Rumble issue. We're still in Rumble Studio, but we can't pull it. So I didn't even set the one for Southern Fried. It's SF Podcasting. The folks are looking for the studio. Not sure what's going on.
all right. One of the things I've noticed, when Biden told a lie, and he did tell some humdingers, just make stuff up, throw it out there. It was called a gaffe. Or he was just, embellishing. It was just a story. And every chance that the Dems get, they're hollering, Trump was lying. He's a liar. He's lying. Okay. And then half the stuff that you're screaming that he's lying about, he's not. Or I'd say 95% of it. The referring back to the story here, it says they defend the storming of an ICE facility. It says Trump admin is lying at all levels, trying to intimidate people. All right. I'm going to throw this out there. They don't have to. They don't have to intimidate people at all. we've got enough of these illegals in here, criminals and everything else, that are intimidating people. He's trying to put a stop to it.
Yeah, well, the left is never going to give any credit. It's always going to be he's the problem, or
You would think,
his administration is the problem. They see it as being a freedom fighter. That's what they would say.
yeah, but they're fighting for freedom for illegal immigrants, for the illegals in the country. I mean, you know, uh, uh,
But to them, everybody's a welcome.
yes. But, you know, you get these knuckleheads, you know, there's no incentive for them right now for them to come to this country. Like, none. In fact, there was more incentives for them to come illegally than legally. And now we got this whole big mess and we're trying to fix it, or he's trying to fix it. And then you have the leftist judges, you have the leftists, you have the Dems, everybody trying to fight against fixing this. And it's crazy.
Yeah,
Why can't we fix it?
I don't know. It's a swampy issue, as they say.
Uh, well, I've heard of having like swamp butt or something down here in the South, is what we call it down here in South Georgia, getting a case of the swamp butt. And that's about the only kind of swampy issue that is. It's just a case of swamp butt.
There's a lot of them out there got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good rain here.
Is it?
Yeah,
Good.
pretty steady.
Well, y'all are covered up with rain right now anyway, aren't you?
It's been pretty good. Some days.
Oh. Y'all can tell it's Monday morning. And I'm running a little bit slow this morning.
Monday morning.
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
still.
go ahead.
No, it's hot. Just trying to fix some stuff over here. So
Okay. Well, let's look at our weather here in South GA and up there in Chat in that northwest corner of the state for today. I can get you to even pull up. Come on. Where's my weather at? There we go. All right. Plug that in there. And today here in South Georgia, down here in the southwest corner, looks like we're going to have afternoon thunderstorm. And it's going to clear on out of here.
it just got heavier here.
Wow. See if we can pull up yonder.
Back and forth. It ain't too bad. It's not like a storm. It's pretty good amount of rain. We can use it.
Yes. Let's see. Says y'all gonna have rain heavy at times, at least for the next hour. See it on there. Little slug coming, fixing to hit y'all. Looks like y'all are clearing out a little bit after that too. Y'all got another rain chance tomorrow too, and Friday and Saturday. Man, y'all are going to be getting it pretty good.
It's hard to keep the yard mowed. I know that.
I hope we don't get into that pattern because I won't ever be able to keep up. Elizabeth said it's rained there all weekend, and she wants to know if you felt the earthquake.
No, did not. A lot of people have asked. I think that went around us. However that happens, I didn't hear of anybody in my immediate family saying anything about it. And if it did, I'd slip right through it or whatever, because I didn't. I didn't feel it. But I did watch a lot of video of people who got it. People that ring doorbells and all that showed shaking, poor animals going crazy. But it wasn't around here. It was either above us, below us. I guess I wasn't sitting on that rock. I'm glad I didn't. I mean, people need to inspect their properties because a lot of times that will start causing foundation issues that you don't know. A good inspection, especially if it was a pretty good shake, would be very, very wise.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know while stationed up on ADAC, they have a bunch of earthquakes up there out in the Aleutian Islands. And the barracks, they were built to be earthquake proof. And like the seams in the building materials, they were like stinking wide. And had this material stuff into there. They were made to withstand a shake. So, but you could feel them.
A lot of places make they get quakes occasionally or more often the better materials, but unfortunately most of the world does not. So whenever this happens, all the buildings just come collapsing down because they don't want to pay the extra cost.
Wow.
It is much more expensive. But it can be done. I wouldn't say proof, but I would say resistant. I never liked it when they try to give you proof. If the ground opens up and swallows you, you might get the shape sort of proofed up, but sometimes the ground just opens up and swallows you. I don't know that you can make that proof unless you're pouring concrete all the way to China, I guess. And then it would probably just slide through.
That would be funny to wake up and have some Chinese guy knocking on your door. Hey, what you do here?
That's right.
You could be like, oh, what fortune cookie? Of course, that might get you shot. Oh. Good morning, Jerry. How are you doing? I know some people that the ground would spit back up. Yeah. Them folks is out there.
We probably need the ground to open up and swallow a few people. But I'm not going to say names. I don't want to get sued, but there's probably a few.
Well, some of the names that we might call out. Yeah, for the most part, we just need to be nice about it. I think on that, understand where you're coming from. Uh, so Trump is signing an executive order that he says will slash drug prices by up to 80%. Uh, that's called Judgment Day. Miss Elizabeth, you're right. Um, so I don't know exactly what the ins and outs of this are. Um, he said that the pharmaceutical slash drug companies would say for years that it was research and development costs, and that all of these costs were and would be, for no reason whatsoever, borne by the quote unquote suckers of America alone. Campaign contributions can do wonders, but not with me and not with the Republican Party. What the President Donald Trump said. So we're going to do the right thing, something that the Democrats have fought for many years. Therefore, I'm pleased to announce that Tuesday morning in the White House at 9 a.m., I'll be signing one of the most consequential executive orders in our country's history. Prescription drug and pharmaceutical prices will be reduced almost immediately by 30 to 80%. He did note that the cost of drugs will rise throughout the world, but the first time in many years, he added, it will bring fairness to America.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Uh, he said, I will be instituting a most favored nations policy whereby the United States will pay the same price as the nation that pays the lowest price anywhere in the world. Our country will finally be treated fairly, and our citizens' health care costs will be reduced by numbers never even thought of before. Additionally, on top of everything else, the United States will save trillions of dollars. Why not? Why should we have to pay for everything as a nation?
Amen. Anything they could do to help seniors and those on fixed incomes and stuff
Yeah,
and get the best possible price, I'm for it.
absolutely. You know, and everybody's talking about, well, the tariff thing's going to jack everything up. It's going to run our prices up. But look how much he's done already to bring our prices down. Look at gas. Grocery prices are coming down. They're coming down slow, but they are coming down. Doge, we've done a lot of stuff there to cut corners and get a lot of fluff out. We've got let's go ahead and talk about the tariffs. I mean, they're starting to work. It's working. People are coming to the negotiation table. That's going to save us money and make us money. And now this on the prescription drugs on top of it. You know, okay, so if we do hit a little bit of a recession, we're making more money. We're able to keep more money in our pockets because of the price drop. So
That's a good thing.
yes, and he didn't run the inflation up. That was our people that are looking out for us on that other side over there. Made sure they got the inflation up just as high as they could, and then just kept right on doubling down on it. Oh, it's not real. It's transitory. You know what was transitory? Transitory? The Biden administration. We transitory them right out of office.
And amen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to see it. The new day. Rock on.
And good.
Drinking some blueberry coffee this morning. It's pretty good.
Blueberry? Where'd you
Blueberry
get that?
muffin.
Where'd you get blueberry coffee from? Trying to sample.
Yeah, it's a K-cup, which you probably hate, but it's pretty good.
I don't have nothing against K cups per se. I don't hate them. I just don't like them.
Well,
I don't like. I like my coffee a little stronger, probably.
it works for me because in the mornings I don't have time for a whole pot. So a couple of cups and I'm out the door. That's why
Okay.
in the evening a lot of times it's a pot of coffee on. That's why I have two makers in the studio. Mornings it's just I'd be wasted. Probably just depends on the morning. Some mornings are a little busier. Don't have time to finish off the coffee.
Mm.
I'm not like
Well,
Joe sitting on the beach. I can't just sit and eat ice cream and drink coffee. So
um, uh, political affairs. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Alex is Vega. Alexis Vega. I don't know. But welcome anyway. So,
welcome to the SFP morning show.
yes. Well, so we've got lots of good things happening on the economic front right now with Trump coming through. Uh, on now prescription drugs as well. Now, well, there's been so much, and for so long, we've been given was it the song that the guy from Smokey and the Bandit, Jerry Reeves sang. She got the coal mine, I got the shaft. We've been getting the shaft into this deal for a while.
Yeah, the American taxpayer has been carrying the load for the bill for money given to terrorists and dictators.
Yeah, and why? Why do people want to do that?
Dirty
Oh
hands.
well, if we give them money, they'll straighten up, fly right.
I don't even think they care about that. I think it's just dirty hands. Somebody's getting enriched, and they want up there. They got their. The Saudis have forever had their hands in the pockets of the American politician. That continues to today.
I think there needs to be some type of way of tracking money. That would help more than anything. And any money coming into from a foreign country, anywhere to any politician. Well, we've got the technology, I think.
That's what your government wants to do with you. They want to track everything you have coming in.
Well, they're citizens too, and they have rights, and I understand that. But the fact of Saudi coming up and trying to dump bunch of money in my pocket to get me to run for office or something like that, or to buy influence for me, that ain't happening, dude.
Well, they don't. They don't. It has to be washed. It don't go straight in your pocket. It goes in your foundation. They make a generous donation to your foundation, the foundation which does very little, if anything, of what its core values are. And that becomes the slush fund for the all the money that they want to spend, and just call it, the work of the foundation, which is really back pocket bank account that they use to buy vacation homes and travel the world, and supposedly are out there doing all this good work.
Yeah. What I like to tell,
Or a nonprofit of some type. They'll do that. They'll dump money into. Everybody's got one. They've all got some sort of foundation, nonprofit. Some of them do good, but a lot of them are just money cleaners, washing money. Got to get that Saudi oil stain off of it. Make it a nice, crisp American dollar, free of that they can spend.
Kind of sick. There's so many ways to be crooked in the swamp up there, and but finally we're trying to put at least somebody's trying to put our citizens first ahead of all that junk. But you'll sell your country out up there so you can get some donations to your slush fund. And how many politicians go up there on a politician's actual salary and come out millionaires? I'd like to know how many of them up there are millionaires.
Well, there's quite a few. I mean, it takes a lot of money on that level. Not all of them. I mean, I don't think that probably Marjorie Taylor Greene is a multi-millionaire yet. She's, done pretty well for herself, but she's not a billionaire. She's not a $100 million person, not like that. I got no problem if they're doing it legally, because they have business and stuff. But even if it's stock market, as long as they're not getting insider trading, and it's hard to prove. But some of them they have really just about called it every time on the stock sales, splits, everything else. It went from, I think Pelosi went from 40-something million, which is a lot of money, to over $200 million or something like that.
She just got lucky.
Yeah, just got lucky. That's what they would say. It's just good finance. I can't say anything's nefarious, but there's a lot of people questioning it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't go out there and say, "Oh, you didn't get lucky, you cheated." But if I did, I might be very well be wrong.
The thing that bothers me is, and to her, or to a couple of them, it was. I don't think there was anything crazy going on. I just think it's like mismanagement or whatever. But the two people that went to jail for tax fraud, Martha Stewart and the other, Leona Helms, or whatever her name was. Then you got politicians don't even pay their taxes. How does that, to me, that doesn't equal out? How do you put somebody in jail that's obviously paying them still a lot of tax dollars, but you've come down, you've broken the code, you've made the family mad or something. They put you in prison, and you've got sitting senators who won't pay their taxes or haven't paid them, or they've overdrawn the capital bank account. It runs a deficit all the time. I mean, I don't see how this is not fair. This has to be fixed in our government.
And it happened to Willie Nelson as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think he was paying his, but in their case, it was they were paying, but they said they didn't pay they tried to get out of paying their full share. And if you look at it, I mean, I'm not saying it was wrong, what they did was wrong, but how many Americans have been audited and they found out, well, you didn't, this is not a proper tax deduction or whatever. I mean, they don't put you in jail, they make you pay it. And I don't know. I don't know the case well enough to know whether they did or they didn't, but what they were saving was a pittance compared to what they were paying. So it seems as though they didn't, intend to. It wasn't like they were paying a little bit and saving, vast amounts in some of those cases. But if you're not paying anything, how do you not get in trouble? I mean, Willie got in trouble. He was not paying his taxes.
Oh.
I mean, he still, I think to this day, that is affecting his finances.
It may be.
I think that's why he enjoys singing, but I think he probably has to. There's a lot of people, a lot of musicians, they love what they do, but if they stop, they lose everything they got. And most of them don't have health insurance. They can't afford it. When the virus hit, Larry Gatlin said if they didn't keep working, Larry Gatlin, the Gatlin brothers, he said he would lose his home.
Wow.
And it wasn't like a multi-million-dollar home. It was a nice house, but it wasn't. He was paying a mortgage just like anybody else. He was working, 5 days a week, whatever it was, out there making money and paying his bills, out of those things. They couldn't work, and so it was. He said, "We'll have to sell it. We won't be able to keep it." I think he was able to. It opened up just enough in time, but those folks are working because they have to. They enjoy it, but they're working because a lot of musicians are in the same boat. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
We got another piece of good news this morning, or over the weekend. This story was actually published yesterday. This is on Fox. With Eden Alexander, after nearly 2 years of captivity, is finally coming home. He's a dual citizen, Israeli American, and so it's one of our citizens. His step taken a good face toward the United States in the efforts of all the mediators, Qatar and Egypt, to put an end to this very brutal war and return all living hostages and remains to their loved ones. We hope this is the first of those final steps necessary to end this brutal conflict. I look very much forward to that day of celebration. And that's our Donald Trump.
Welcome home, young man.
Yes. Yes. J.D. Vance also commented on the announcement, writing, "Pray that Hamas follows through and Eden gets to come home." So he said if they do, it'll be another triumph of Steve Witkoff, who continues to face withering attacks for freeing hostages, negotiating complex diplomatic proposals, and serving his country at great financial cost. So
that's great. Love it.
Yeah, 2 years, enough's enough.
Enough's enough.
Can you imagine how long he's it's always that channel. We know how to deal with that.
I wasn't looking.
Oh.
Just deal with it. I'm looking at some other chats from other sources that don't come up in the StreamYard, so just be a problem. Yeah, I'll just drop it out.
I'm going through. I already dealt with it. It's already. There's some. But I am glad that that they're getting them out, and at least this last one alive. I need to recover everybody and everything there, though. I can't believe that they held on to him for 2 years. He's going to have all kind of help mentally and everything else.
Well, it's life changing, but at least he's out, or will be. Hopefully, they'll be able to bring some of the terrorists to trial, put them at their execution, let him push the button.
Yeah.
If he so chooses.
Yeah.
Very sad.
It is. But hopefully they'll follow through and we'll get him home. You know, and that's, I'm not going to get into that too far, but I have very strong feelings about the whole Hamas thing. And, yeah, that was our people. Some of those were our citizens as well as Israel. They were dual citizens, but I think that if they pulled our citizens in there, then we should have. Then we don't want to get involved in too much stuff, but I mean that's our citizens.
Yeah.
So
bring them home.
Bring them home.
Well, they tie a yellow ribbon.
Yeah, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
Tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, and then drop a warhead on their forehead once you got them out.
Yeah.
We're glad you got them back to us. Now here's your justice.
Yeah. I think that's what's bugging me the most about that. Is there will never be true justice from that. For the ones that did it.
Well, they will be.
Now,
right? Not in this life, but there will be.
No, not in this life. But but you've got, in order to get to these people, because they're hiding behind a nation. They're hiding behind innocents, as many innocents as they can. Hospitals, schools, wherever they can hide in there where you just can't get in there and get them, and that's where they hide. And they use them as human shields. So you can't get to them. And if you do manage to get to them in some way other than a drone strike or dropping a bomb or whatever, if you do manage to get to them without taking out the other people, the hospital or the school, they'll blow it up themselves.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people that you're dealing with.
And, that's something that the president understands.
Yeah.
If they're willing to make a deal and move on, he's willing to listen. If not, warhead on your forehead.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. And then did you know that we're all sexist and racist again?
No.
All of us? Oh yeah. Everybody that supports Trump is sexist and racist. If you didn't vote for Kamala, you're sexist and racist. At least that's what Joe Biden is. And our favorite government House of Rep person, Jasmine Crockett, Democrat out of Texas. This is her words, not mine. Okay? And this is off policy. Said Democrats were eyeing the safest white boy in the 2028 presidential race, hitting at one specific candidate being floated by the party's donors during a podcast conversation this week. It is this fear that the people within the party, within the primary system, will have about voting for a woman, because every time we voted for a woman, we've lost so far, she said in a clip posted to Instagram. And I think it's a natural fear because we just want to win. And how much more sexist and racist can you get than that? He said, so there's a lot of people that are like, you know what? Go find the safest white boy we could find. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you have to bring up race to make an argument, if you have to bring up sexist, this male or female to make a point, if that is where your mind goes and that's where you go, you cannot put your sexism and racism on somebody else. That's yours. That's yours. Don't try to blame me for your sexism and racism. That just doesn't. I don't like that.
I don't like her platform. I don't like the way she's trying to come out as one way. A lot of people are lining up behind her, but it's unfortunate.
It is. Joy Reid's the same way. I think they finally kicked her off the air.
Yeah, she'll probably pop back up somewhere else. Some people like that crazy kind of gruff language, just throwing it out there, seeing what sticks. They want to believe it. They relish and listen to that.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
No.
Doesn't do nothing for me.
No. You know, people that listen to like the state media, I ain't calling it legacy media. I'm calling it state media. I'm calling it what it is. You know, the good old, let's all just preach and holler one thing and one side and never talk about the other side. Let's just talk about all and throw just as much dirt and slander and everything else out there that we can that might be true and it might not. If it isn't true, then we'll go back and we'll make an apology on the back page of the paper or in a real small print. You know, we'll just throw it out there, you know. And find out later it's not true, to be all right. We're not going to. And people that just watch that only get one side of any story or any issue. And so they think MAGA people are just horrible. Horrible. You know?
Yeah, they call for re-education camps and MAGA be locked up.
Roski. It's all of them. You know, and it's not just moms. Because that stuff they air that stuff 24/7. They don't ever stop. About the same thing that PBS was doing on the radio stations and stuff like that. You know, constant bashing. So,
well, it's effective to a point because people start believing it the more they hear it. Some people.
You know, and I feel bad because, you know, I feel like I'm being judged based on what I believe and what I think is right.
Good morning, Miss Regina. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, Dialogue Box. Is that it? Is that Miss Regina?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning.
Of course, it's not good morning to her. It's afternoon.
Maybe type extra stuff.
I think it's about a 5-hour difference between us. Lunchtime,
Lunchtime.
a little after.
Mm.
Yeah, almost.
So,
Almost afternoon. Folks, if you don't have a Rumble channel, what's wrong with you? First of all, get one, and then follow these great creators, of which the dialogue box is one of them. And if you're not sure of what that looks like, these are the great creators. There you go. All of our channels, as well as some of our great friends, and right there on the right of that page, the dialogue box. Make sure you are following these folks. You won't be disappointed.
yes.
And again, if you don't have a Rumble channel, what's wrong with you? Get one.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to get on there. Hey, they're not trying to censor you at all.
Keep your other ones until the state media start, these people that are tied in, the globalists, the people that are tied in with those people till they cancel you out. And it happens all the time, every day. Then you will want to have Rumble. Absolutely. There's a couple other ones too. Yes.
It is. I'm on. Wow.
Miss Regina as always has great thought-provoking comments. You need to watch her as she runs. To watch her run. Feel like you're getting your exercise too while you're watching her run. Or you can run and listen to the dialogue box. She has beautiful music, and she
Good morning.
puts these wonderful thoughts out there. Yes, thank you. And so, yes, follow her. You'll enjoy it.
Yes. And yeah, I have to watch her run too because I don't run anymore. I can't do it. I can't do it, Dave. I'm not wasting my last 10 seconds of running for anything but the ice cream truck.
And we would never even think to try to put an age on anyone, but let's just say she's in the ballpark with us and she's out there killing it.
Well,
I mean, killing it.
I could watch her run and break out in sweat, sitting in the air conditioning under the fan. But, at least I've got 10 seconds left that I'm saving. Saving it.
Yes. Well, you might need to outrun that bobcat down there.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, we've got the 25th. There'll be there's a group of us meeting Killer Carl's show for some of those thought-provoking comments. Well, thank you for that. We're now gentlemen and sweet. Y'all are too kind. But we will be on Killer Carl's program. We'll be announcing that as we have thought-provoking comments. Where, go deep dive.
Deep dive?
Deep dive. So it's not surface level stuff. This is deep in the psyche of man. And the exploration of God's dealings with man on that personal level. Recognizing that. Very powerful stuff.
Well, I don't want to sit up on a soapbox or nothing too much and be like, well, everybody's this and everybody's that, and I'm all better than because I'm not. I'm a sinner just like everybody else. You know, I'm forgiven through the blood of Christ, but I ain't no better than anybody else, and I don't want anybody to think I am. But who? And it just when I hear somebody out there talking about, I love my stepfather. Oh, I do. Well, he is big time MSNBC. That's all he listens to. And how many times have they gotten in trouble for reporting stuff that was incorrect, or they had to go back and retract and all that kind of stuff? But man, that I wonder about that, because I wonder what he thinks about me, because I'm definitely not that. But, ooh. But it makes me wonder. What do you think of me? If you believe all this stuff, where does that put me? You know, you got to kind of wonder that. So, now is that really chick bait? I'm wondering now. But anyway. Oh, but if people actually believe all that stuff that's being said, so I am dumb, I am a fascist, I am a racist, sexist, I'm anti-America, I am all this other stuff. That's that's what MSNBC would have everybody believe about me. So, okay, that is chick bait. No, we had somebody in here the other night that was trying to pass themselves off as you. So, I don't want people to think that about me. I don't want people to believe that kind of stuff about me. We don't know who it was. We banned them.
It's the same group.
Yeah,
they just changed MOs. Unfortunately, that platform does not do a good job of security. And Miss Regina, that is that's the way I think. I don't know anything about anything but my thoughts, which is a scary place. My thoughts sometimes.
I've been told my mind's a terrible thing to have wasted.
A lot of times people think I have a much deeper thought process going on than I have. People say, "Well, you got something to say?" I'll say, "No, actually, I don't." I can come up with something, but people think that silence sometimes is there's something else going on. That's not true. Just listening. Yeah. But people think that. I get that all the time. People say, "I know you're thinking something." Really? Well, just jump on in my mind and point it out to me, because apparently I'm not smart enough to see it, but there's nothing else.
What's funny to me, though, is people could hear what was going on in my mind when they said that. 9 out of 10 times, it's like this. It's like, duh.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't change anything about me. He and I have had a lot of discussions about it's a good thing we're on opposite ends because our votes will cancel each other out. We have that comfort. So, yeah, I just, I just wonder, but it wouldn't change me in any way. Uh, uh, I think a lot of him, and I guess it bothers me because I do think a lot of him, and that he might have that type of opinion of me. That bothers me, but I can live with that. I mean, to each their own. But I do agree with you about letting opinions be your prison gates. In fact, I need to pop that one up because that's pretty deep right there. I agree with that. And I don't think either of us, me or Dave, either one really has a problem with that. But yeah, don't let opinions be your prison gates. I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you, ma'am. Well, that's why we all keep have. Hey. Well, Dave, we're at 7 a.m. You got to run kids, don't you?
Yeah, run kids to school.
Oh. Well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. You have hey, y'all get out there and put a subscribe or a follow on the dialogue box. And don't forget, like, follow, subscribe here for the Southern Fried Podcast or wherever you're at. Y'all hit all of our friends over there on you have this underhumming of knowledge.
That's a scary place.
So, y'all get out there and get this Monday done. Check bait, go get your coffee. I'm going to go get me some more too. All right. Hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in this morning. Let's get your Monday going. Y'all get out there and have a great day. Kick Monday right in the butt. Get it over with. We'll see you back here tonight for Mama Said, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all give us a like, follow, and subscribe. And we will see y'all tonight. Dave, you got anything else before we truckle up?
Just to say, this program is brought to you by Picture Mobile. Make the switch today using promo code Cornbread. Don't forget our other affiliations, Mammoth Nation, W Energy Drinks, and Podbean. And we may have a new one coming online. Not sure yet. We got to discuss it, but we may have another one. The updates to the website be coming very soon. And yes, coffee is just around the corner.
Nice. Oh. All right.
Have a great day, everybody. Love everybody.
Love y'all. God bless you. And a big old salute.
Well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to MAGA minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way, with a little joke and pray. We're just southern folks talking southern things, front porch swinging where the church bells rang. From Mama Said to Hump Day News, we keep it real with down home views. Sunday morning in the Word, get that gospel flow. Prayer time calls, so let's let our troubles go. Come Monday night, Mama said, is bringing the truth. And when it's Night Talk with Dave, man, you know it's getting loose. We're just Southern folks talking Southern things, stories and sports where the